This is big breaking emergency news. New laws and new rules are now being announced by the police, and they are absolutely dystopian, right? What this police officer, this police chief just announced for his district, for his town, and this is spreading. This is the unofficial policy for a lot of districts as well. But what he just said out loud is absolutely insane, it's bizarre, and it's dystopian. And it's one of these things where this has to be being intentionally allowed to happen. There's no other excuse for this. And you need to be getting ready. You need to be getting prepared, because they are telling us that they are not going to do anything. They're not going to do anything. There's going to be no response. There's no emergency response anymore. And you are on your own. Even when it comes to your own house being invaded. Even with home invasions, police are now warning that you are on your own. And you should just give up and submit. That's what police are warning of right now. Absolutely insane. And this is part of the collapse of our society and allowing the chaos to overtake our society, because our society is relatively peaceful when it's operating normally, but they are trying to disrupt it by any means necessary. So I want you to listen to what this police chief was warning of. This is dystopian. This is insane. And I would not want to live in this city. If you live in this city, you need to get the heck out. You need to get out, because they're saying, we're not going to protect you. We're not going to defend you. And you're on your own, even if your own house gets invaded. That's what they're warning us of. All right, so let's dive into this here. Really quick, guys. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm posting multiple times a day, keeping you guys updated on this big breaking news. Let's dive into this here. This is, by the way, the unofficial policy for police departments all over the country. All right, this one's just saying it out loud because things have gotten so bad. These types of crimes have increased hundreds and hundreds of percentages just in the past few years, because they are allowing it to happen. And they instantly release people right away. There's no bail. There's no prosecution. And then we also have a wide open border, allowing potential people that will exploit these systems into our country as well. Listen to what this police chief said. This is dystopian, right? This is the police chief of Toronto, Canada. Major city right on the border. And this is the unofficial policy for many cities in America as well. Pittsburg just announced police aren't going to be responding to your calls, and you're going to be filtered through an AI automated voice system to figure out if they actually need to respond to your call or not. Right? In the middle of emergencies, you're going to be filtered through a computer because they don't have enough people. They've defunded them all, got rid of them all. And they're even saying during these times between 2 a.m. to 7 a.m., there will be essentially no police officers available when it's peak crime time. All right? So listen to what this police chief said. Dystopian, backwards, and it's honestly clown world what's going on.
There's also updated advice for all vehicle owners, a message echoed by Toronto police speaking at an Etobicoke safety meeting last month. Constable Marco Ricciardi had a new message for vehicle owners who keep their fobs in Faraday pouches.
To prevent the possibility of being attacked in your home, leave your fobs at your front door, because they're breaking into your home to steal your car. They don't want anything else. A lot of them that they're arresting have guns on them, and they're not toy guns, they're real guns. They're loaded.
That's why Galinsky says they will be installing the door stops and taking YPR's advice seriously. But she'd like more action from police as well. There's also updated advice for all vehicle owners, a message echoed by Toronto police.
All right, so you heard that there. The police chief of Toronto is saying, leave your keys at the front door. Leave your keys, right? I'm saying, I'm not leaving my keys there, and they're not going to be taken. All right, that's how it works here in America. He's saying during a home invasion, put your keys by the front door so they just steal your keys and steal your car and they don't do anything else. That's what the police are telling people in one of the biggest cities in Canada, if not the biggest city in Canada. Insane. Instead of saying, we're going to stop this, if you're doing this, we're going to throw you in the brig for the rest of your life. All right, if you're breaking into Canadians' homes, stealing their cars, grand theft auto, with armed robbery. It's insane. And he's saying just submit, give up. And the reaction of these people, it was a bunch of seniors at this city hall meeting, and they're just like, what do you mean? They all look shocked. They all look confused. They're like, did this guy just say to leave our key fobs at the door so the criminals can just steal them? That's his solution here? Really? It's bonkers. It's insane. It's insane, right? Just give them the car, give them whatever. And this is also a consequence of a country, Canada. They have firearm laws. You can have certain firearms, but the vast majority of them are banned, and the vast majority are restricted as well, right? They make it more difficult. You can have them, but a lot of them are not available, and they have a lot more restrictions than they have here. And especially their self-defense laws and their castle doctrines for protecting their home are extremely weak laws on that. And most states in the US have pretty strong laws. A few states don't, but most states do. Even more liberal-leaning, quote, liberal-leaning states, most of them have castle doctrines where you can defend your home. If somebody breaks into your home, you are able to legally and lawfully defend your home and defend your life, because if somebody's coming in, you're assuming that they're coming for you. They're trying to hurt you and your family. Okay, so that is what the law is in most states. But a few states don't have that doctrine, and people get in trouble all the time if they don't retreat. Right? Don't quote me here, but I think certain states like New York, California, there's a few states where you are still required to actively retreat unless your life is in grave danger in a lot of these situations. So it's like, oh, well, you could have hopped out the window and got away and been fine. So some places in the US are like this as well. And just hearing this from the police saying that, just give up. It's dystopian. This is the collapse. This is how they collapse the West from the inside out. The US, North America, and European countries. This is how they take them over from the inside out. They take over our governments, take over our judicial systems, take over our prosecutors, take over law enforcement in these dense populated regions, right? So they have lots of control, lots of power, lots of jurisdiction, because there's lots of people there. And then they just change it all. Change all the laws, let chaos happen, and allow things to deteriorate internally from the inside out, right? So let me know what you would do in this situation. What do you think? Are the keys now the new come and take it? Your key fob, is that the new come and take it, right? Because that's what it seems like. This is crazy. This is crazy, right? It's not going to happen too well in America. And especially where I'm at down in the South, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be good for anybody that's doing that, committing those types of crimes. It's not going to end up well, right? They're going to have a grave awakening once they try to do that, all right? So let me know what you guys think. Would you leave the key fob? You think it's better to leave the key fob? Or are you protecting your key fob? Are you holding on to it till the end? I'm holding on to my key fob until the end. You're not getting my key fob. Not in my own house. It's not happening. Not happening, all right? So thank you guys. Make sure you are getting prepared. Please hit it up for me down there to help get this video out so people know about this warning. And this is spreading. Pittsburg just announced that your calls, they're not going to be responding to things like assault, all these things. They're just like, file a police report and we'll investigate it later. They're pretty much not going to respond to anything unless someone's actively there's an active firearm situation. And even then, they might not be there for a while, right? That's essentially what the Pittsburg police announced just a few weeks ago. I broke that story, right? Maybe a month ago now. And they're saying in the middle of the night too, there's no police officers when that's when these types of crimes are peaking, when they're most happening, is these nighttime, middle of the night, cover of night crimes. Police are saying, well, nobody here, do whatever you want, nobody's gonna stop you. And they just announce it. They announce to these criminals, hey, this is insane. This is the dumbest rhetoric I've ever heard in my life. What's up? What's going on? Telling the criminals that they're not gonna do anything and just give your stuff away. This is the dumbest rhetoric I've ever heard. It's just dumb. It doesn't make sense. That's why it's one of these things where it has to be intentional. Is this person just this dumb? Did they not realize they're going to be encouraging criminals? This is the dumbest rhetoric ever. You're encouraging this. Or is it intentional and they know and they're smart and they're doing it on purpose? What do you think down below? Could be a little bit of both. I think some people are smart. Some people just have no idea what they're even talking about on here, right? They're just saying, well, just give it. They think they're solving the problem. Give them the keys. There you go. Problem solved. What about your car? Car's gone. How do I get to work tomorrow? How do I drive my kids to school? How do I go get food now? Insurance ain't gonna give me nothing. They're gonna give me a few $1,000s. They're gonna treat it like a totaled car, stolen car. They're gonna give me a devalued cut of it. All right, this car could be on a loan. I could still owe $10,000 on this car. Insurance only gives me $5,000. Now I just have a $10,000 or $5,000 loan I still have to pay off, and I have no car, and I have to go buy another car. And all this is a joke. This could literally ruin somebody's life, just stealing their car. This one thing, this could collapse somebody's entire life, cause them to fall into poverty for years. They could lose their home. They could lose their job. All this stuff if they don't have their car. This is insane. And they're just treating it like, oh, it's no big deal. Just let the car go. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. All right, so thank you guys. Make sure you're getting prepared. Make sure you are upping your security. All right, go check out my video I posted earlier. There's big stuff going on. National security issues going on. All right, and you need to be upping your security. Fences, defense, cameras, surveillance, right? Have these things for your property so you know what's going on around your property and around your area, right? And make sure you are getting stocked up as well for your homestead, getting your homestead ready, right? Let me give you guys a quick little update here. Okay. The chicks are doing really good. These are some of my favorite breeds right here. They're just a really good breed. And I have someone that are bigger than this too already. And they lay eggs all the time. They lay little pink eggs. They're not little, but they lay pink eggs. Just a really pretty breed, friendly breed. Wyandottes. Sorry, this is a type of Wyandotte. There's a bunch of different kinds, but Wyandottes. One of my favorite breeds of chicks. And I've had them for years. Alright, so get prepared now. Get stocked up now. I hope you have big blessings for your life, your homestead, your family. And I hope you have a big old blessed day.